Python, threading and a while true loop. I have a thread that appends rows to self.output and a loop that runs until self.done is true or the max execution time is reached. Is there a more efficient way to do this other than using a while loop that constantly checks to see if it's done? The while loop causes the CPU to spike to 100% while it's running.
Are your threads appending to self.output here, with your main task consuming them? If so, this is a tailor-made job for Q.Q. Your code should become something like your producer threads add items to the queue with Q.put item. Edit, the original code has a race issue when checking self.done. For example, multiple items may be appended to the queue before the flag is set, causing the code to bail out at the first one. Updated with a suggestion from the producer thread should instead append a special token, finished, to the queue to indicate it is complete. Note, if you have multiple producer threads, you'll need a more general approach to detecting when they are all finished. You could accomplish this with the same strategy, each thread a finished marker and the consumer terminates when it sees num_threads markers.
Use a semaphore. Have the working thread release it when it's finished, and block your appending thread until the worker is finished with the semaphore. I.e. in the worker, do something like self.done equals threading.semaphore at the beginning of work, and self.done.release when finished. In the code you noted above, instead of the busy loop, simply do self.done.acquire. When the worker thread is finished, control will return. Edit, I'm afraid I don't address your needed timeout value, though. This issue describes the need for a semaphore timeout in the standard library.
Use time.sleep seconds to create a brief pause after each iteration of the while loop to relinquish the CPU. You will have to set the time you sleep during each iteration based on how important it is that you catch the job quickly after it's complete. Example.
You have to use a synchronization primitive here. Look here, this URL. Event objects seem very simple and should solve your problem. You can also use a condition object or a semaphore. I don't post an example because I've never used event objects, and the alternatives are probably less simple. Edit, I'm not really sure I understood your problem. If a thread can wait until some condition is satisfied, use synchronization. Otherwise the sleep solution that someone posted will about taking too much CPU time.
Use mutex module or event/semaphore.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.